Yeah, beautiful Rose. The only way it would be more obvious is if you're beautiful Sylvia or something, because we know that some wonderful Joe work is coming in, but starting at point blank against Weeberman is not a great situation to be in. He has that throw on deck. Let's see how much damage he's able to get out of this initial interaction. Just goes for knockdown in the corner. Doesn't end up having any follow-up. Joe gets all the way back out and gets hit in that footsies exchange. Looks like even though Joe has the opportunity to zone pretty hard, he really hasn't had the opportunity to get started until now, and this is where it gets really hard for Iron Fist. Oh, use that palm to deal with it. Fist of Fury has nowhere near as much invulnerability as Mach Speed. Uh, it has startup big hitbox, but like Mach Speed is going to get through it every time, so it's not safe to go for that as an invincible option when fighting against Beautiful Joe. And I believe MODOK's Killer Illumination also will just like wait past the invulnerability frames of it and let you get the punish. So looks like Wieberman's going to need to be conscious of how these like different levels of invincibility interact in all of the matchups. Oh, is going to have the down Shinku Hadoken, but the red boomerang managed to charge all the way and get behind, so it was able to dodge the Shinku and knock Ryu out of it. Pressure going on here with light Tatsu's a little bit of air Hadoken. I don't think that's what was desired, but more opportunities to play for each. And it's a happy birthday for Joe, but Joe does not confirm it into the kill and instead loses his tiny life. Ryu, does he have the incoming mix-up on MODOK? Oh, he does. And goes for the TAC. X Factor invested immediately. Is this even going to take more than 1 meter? It doesn't take more than 1 meter. That means there's still the resources for if Akuma needs invulnerability and neutral. Doesn't end up needing any of those resources, just kills immediately. And Weeberman taking the first game, going up 1-0 in this 1-10 exhibition against Punisher. I'll get on score stuff. Hey, so this time things do not start off as well for Weeberman. Doesn't get that initial throw into the cornering combo, but waking up with buttons there, Joe is able to get the hit he needs. Akuma is eating, but very nice job protecting his demonic homeboy. Weeberman gets that Power of the Dragon into the air, but isn't able to stop Joe, and now he needs to try and deal with this character. Oh, Shinku Hadoken does have enough invulnerability, much more than the Fist of Fury, and Shinku there is going to get hit by Mach Speed. Let's see what can get confirmed into here, if it's going to go for TAC. It does, but Weeberman's ready for it. And the mash has been so good for this beautiful Joe. Punisher has succeeded in getting out of multiple situations just by like pressing a button and knowing that Weeberman also wants to press a button but is moving forward a little bit beforehand. Is able to get Joe out safely and kills Ryu. This is looking pretty good. Let's see, it looks like there's a choice to just go in, kill off, no, snap this Iron Fist with the last, maybe 3 seconds or so. No, not even that much, like, last third of a second of the, jamming bomb on him. Very good. Nice work, is able to use the Iron Fist assist and has the meter available, will be able to kill MODOK. Ended up getting the down TAC instead of hard knockdown S, but this should be enough to chip anyways. Oh, looks like the investment of X Factor here by Punisher wants to keep his full team intact, have the synergy of all of the characters available. Hoping that getting this Joe, if he manages to take out Akuma, there's very few tools Iron Fist has to deal with just like the zoning this team has. So this could be very good, but it looks like Akuma is putting in a lot of work chipping him down, but goes for a series of attacks to try and kill Raccoon and gets the assist kill via Iron Fist. This is looking incredibly even now, but there's no resources for Meter when it comes to Weeberman's side, and he's been really good at getting value out of his resources. Oh, looks like Akuma's going to die. Does Iron Fist survive the incoming? Or is he just going to fall like a lead weight? Oh, the S connected and manages to do part of a combo through the jamming. Now the jamming is finally over, but that was an amazing opportunity to not only survive, but get a hit while surviving with jamming bomb on. Does not. Can I do scores? Yes, I am down to do scores. And the score is currently 1-1, very even set. Iron Fist. This time with the Iron Fist start is not going super well. Joe gets his slow off. Let's see what the mix-up is. Goes for immediate jump back with a button. That was a risky decision, and now Akuma is the one paying the price for Iron Fist errors. Lost 90% of his life. But all those opportunities. Oh, is this going to recover before? That wasn't Mach speed at all. That was he painted out opportunity there and was able to make Weeberman go for something that wasn't necessary. But now, X Factor used, but with Punisher in a dramatically better situation. Weeberman's X Factor means that any good like beam punish on an assist can be really powerful, but now Weeberman's out of meter, so there's no more opportunity to just like kill an assist for free. He has Iron Fist assist, but it looks like it's very hard for Ryu meterless to get in here against Joe, just happily throwing out boomerangs. A lot of the use of both the horizontal one and a little bit of the anti-air one to control when Ryu goes to super jump height, because Joe can just react to a lot of that stuff. Oh, didn't have the timing on the shocking pink set up quite right, but mashing crouch jab, and lots of confidence here by this beautiful Joe. Has the meter on deck to be able to DHC to make this safe. And Iron Fist being slowed here means that there could be a mix. Oh, and the trade is not enough. Iron Fist loses, and Punisher goes up 2-1. Oh, but this is exactly how you want it to start if you're Weeberman, is killing off Raccoon and getting the potential punish on Joe, forcing out the X Factor. Now both teams have used their X Factor. There's still about half of it left for Punisher, but he gets hit and is going to lose his Joe. Oh no, Punisher is going to need to work hard with an Anchor Modok to run this all the way back. I wonder, I think that Punisher plays on hitbox now. I wonder if he has the infinite consistent at all. Because from what I've heard from other hitbox players is it's much easier on hitbox than it is on other mediums. Oh, but an infinite only works if you hit the other player, and Weeberman does not want to give him the chance to show whether he can or cannot execute this. So it looks like Weeberman going to tie it up 2-2 real quick. This time, Tatsu manages to clip out Joe right at the beginning, which prevents him from being able to establish too nasty of a pressure. But as he goes for some mix-ups, he has a good balance of moving backwards and forwards, using the boomerangs in order to mix up. Then he's been going for slow in a lot of situations. I feel like even though slow is incredibly powerful, killing a character is more powerful than slowing them if you're not going to snap them. So it's curious to see that he's very interested in going for slow routes, but looks like Ryu, trying to get in, is able to use Akuma to get to the point where he's able to do something threatening. Throw into Akuma assist, but does not have a confirm available to turn it into something more. Air Joe is able to confirm at low super jump height. Very nice work to Punisher, knowing what he could get from different confirms there. And if he uses all of his analysis cubes, this is going to be the end of Ryu. He does. So Modok gets a lot of power out of the high-level version of his Hyper Psionic Blaster. That move, when it's at low levels, is one of the least damaging hypers in the game. But when he gets it leveled up with those cubes, it is just like massively damaging. And on Wake Up, he doesn't end up getting killed for it, but he does get the kill on Iron Fist. Akuma is not beating that incoming. Very nice floating bomb setup by Punisher there. Oh, but he let Akuma live. Do not let Akuma live. Oh, no buttons. Is Rocket going to get in safely with the trap? Gets in safely with the trap, and is not going to get killed by the beam. Because of this, should be able to get the kill off of the situation himself. And with that, oh, okay, didn't have quite the combo to kill, but more of those mash crouch lights have been very influential on how these matchups have gone. It's been incredibly potent for getting confirms on Punisher's side, while a lot more Weeberman's hits have been throws and dash up mediums, it feels like. Now with, even though he managed to get up there, oh, hits both of them, and Akuma, fortunately for Weeberman, drops out, but that down TAC is even more fortunate for Punisher. He's going to be able to build up all the cubes he needs and kill off Iron Fist. Does he just go for a TAC Infinite? Nope, instead goes for max power. Is going to drain off all of Iron Fist's life and just kills him off without using more meter with the floating bomb. Nice work knowing that Iron Fist has no way out in the air. He can't DHC from anything, so he needs to eat that chip damage unless he invests X Factor. And getting your opponent to choose between level 1 X Factor and losing the character can be incredibly influential on them, even in the situation that they choose. Either of the options is very important. Oh, that's a unique. That DHC does not work properly because even though 6 Cannon is very strong, the Barrage variant of Akuma's quarter circle forward hyper has a ton of durability, and with that is going to be able to have a mix-up on the incoming MODOK. Atsu into the Barrage and into the Denjin, so wants to be challenged, and is not going to get challenged into a kill. Was able to take out MODOK. Has the last little bit of Denjin, going for the overhead. Oh, is this going to get over? It looks like just as many people have challenges in knowing about the Raccoon matchup. Punisher still figuring out what Ryu's hitboxes are, where he's safe and where he can do some things. Oh, and punishing that dive kick from Akuma is going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. Akuma's a very low life character, so with boulder loops should be able to finish this off. Okay, before the last hit is able to take it, Punisher goes up 4-2 against Weeberman. Oh, but that happy birthday is exactly how Weeberman wants to start the match. He's had a few of these situations, though, where he gets a happy birthday, one character drops out, then he doesn't end up killing the other one either. Oh, has this on Joe. Going to go for another beam. Manages to bait out a meter use from Beautiful Joe, trying to keep himself safe. That's something I've seen a lot from Weeberman, is in the situation where the DHC is available there, sometimes using Ryu's upward Shinku as a way to punish people who don't have, who are likely to use an air hyper or are likely to call an assist. But Iron Fist manages to get in here and has the delayed confirm, but doesn't follow up quite properly. It looks like MODOK is going to get all he needs, has Iron Fist in the corner, has 5 meters, has the jamming bomb, and goes for the snap. So now Akuma needs to fight this. The 2M confirm into flight cancel, into Hyper Battering Ram was an interesting salvage of the situation. Oh, and the TAC means that there's way more resources available. And nice work to Weeberman not getting taken out by that incoming setup. But he threw a Hadoken, and there is not enough safety to actually do that. Shinku here is going to be able to kill off MODOK. No, did not DHC into Iron Fist for some reason. And this is looking pretty scary. Just used a ton of his resources and was not rewarded for any of them. Rocket's going to come in. Let's see if X Factor 3 Iron Fist can get through these two characters. If he gets hit by log traps, it's going to be much harder. But that is what he needed. Gets the confirm. Doesn't X early, decides to wait until a point in the combo where he's very certain it will work properly, and kills off the Raccoon. Still has a meter and a half, so he has access to invulnerability if he needs it, and a way to blow up MODOK putting on shield, but just hits the mix-ups, doesn't need any of this like neutral meter use stuff, and because of that, Weeberman's starting to try and bring it back. 3-4. Oh, and Raccoon is bleeding very quickly. Resource usage on both sides, very strange. X Factor is used by both of them, but now Rocket Raccoon quickly recovering life, so uh, X Factor ended up doing more for helping out Punisher, but both players are now at a point where they don't have that resource, and I don't know. Oh, Punisher has been very willing to go for down TACs against Weeberman whenever he gets a hit with Joe, where he doesn't seem to think that the confirm is going to lead into an ideal slow. Because we've seen him go for slow if he gets the conversion back to the ground, but if he's hitting them up in a different location, it's very consistently gone into the down TAC for the MODOK follow-up. This is looking pretty scary for Wieberman because MODOK can very easily zone out all of these characters, and when he has access to the log trap as well, it's even more ridiculous. Ryu was able to get under in time, but Wieberman did not have the confirm. Here is a chance for the confirm to happen into... Oh no, he didn't do the double DHC into Raccoon. I'm pretty sure if he let the Raccoon's chain gun rock that it has a better travel time than Joe's and would have been able to get there to salvage the fall speed. But is this amount of cubes just going to be all he needs in order to kill off Akuma and go up 5-3? It looks very possible. And with that, it's 5-3 Punisher. Punisher is halfway there in the victories he needs if he wants to win this set, but Weeberman has shown that when he has a good game, his games can be very good. And this is the way to start it. Gets a great hit on Joe, gets the knockdown, but knocks him out of the corner. Goes for a down TAC himself, trying a little bit of that Punisher deck, but instead of, like, when Punisher hits one of those, he goes into the cubes, and that ends up being incredibly potent. But when Weeberman hits the TAC, he's been letting the character live, which is a little unfortunate. Ooh, is this confirmed going to lead into a kill, though? Oh, it dropped in a really unfortunate way, but salvaged by Weeberman. Nice work. Is going to be able to kill the Giant Head. Iron Fist is too strong for Giant Head, and goes for the... so many baits for throws there where it's like, oh, if you advance and guard in the air, you're going to get thrown. If you touch the ground, you're also going to get thrown. It's just like all these opportunities for things to work badly, but Punisher was able to get through so many of them, but not enough to stay alive. And now X Factor Raccoon is going to need to try and fight through Weeberman's whole team and do it with only a single meter. He kind of needs to build meter during his X Factor time here by getting some hits. It needs to kill off Ryu, because or else it's going to take so many hits in order to kill off the rest of this team. Oh, is going to be able to do it left with half a meter. Depending on how much he's able to effectively zone out these characters, this may be fine, but the amount that he actually has to fight them, he's going to need to get a lot of hits to make this work. And I think Weeberman's also pretty willing to be patient, because there are 43 Marvel seconds left. Oh no, and he's patient until you hit his friends. So warning to everyone, don't hit Weeberman's friends. He is very swift at punishing you for doing so. Punisher getting punished, but in Weeberman getting closer to tying this up by going to 4-5. And again, getting that air throw with Akuma, it looks like Akuma's ability to fight in these early segments of the match has just been so useful for getting Weeberman the momentum he needs in order to play. Things have been a little bit more hit or miss with the Iron Fist. Nice work to him in getting this. He should be able to build the meter with the S and has the follow-up available. Kills off MODOK. It's down to solo Rocket Raccoon again. Let's see if the Raccoon... Oh, he gets hit in the face. That's not what he wanted. X Factor's a little late, but it should still be able to kill this character off because Rocket Raccoon is tied for the squishiest Capcom character with Akuma himself. So, and I think there's also like Strider or someone, my brain's squiggling. But let's see. Oh, I need to update the scores because Weeberman has tied it up. It just has been going so fast. Wonderful players are very evenly matched. This time it is exactly what was needed. Got the happy birthday, but then didn't get the proper confirm on either character. The beam is going to hit Rocket Raccoon, and it looks like goes into the dungeon mode, doesn't want to get caught by a Mach speed by going into Shinku. Nice work on the situational awareness by Weeberman. Though it can be so satisfying to kill off Rocket Raccoon as an assist, it won't work if you lose your point character instead. And Weeberman has the momentum now, but it looks like there's the preparation necessary on Punisher's behalf. He's ready for the TAC to come. It was expecting it, got the value, but oh, that could have ended up really bad for Weeberman. Ends up just throwing the beam, and the beam is going to catch Rocket Raccoon, I believe. Takes him down to under half life. That was a huge amount of damage. There was a moment of the walk of shame there for Weeberman, but then he fixed it before an attack came out. Sometimes when someone teleports and the person doesn't notice in time, it can be scary. Immediate X Factor, nice work by Weeberman, invest the meter before there can be any problems, and MODOK goes down. Weeberman on a streak of 3 games straight and going up 6-5? Looks like some people's channel points may be at risk if I'm not mistaken. But also, thanks to J-Dog for hosting this wonderful exhibition. Without him, we wouldn't get to see these amazing players getting to develop counterplay, changing how they approach the start of the match and approach each other. So thanks to J-Dog. But let's get back to this Weeberman hype and this Punisher hype, because this time there had been a little time when Joe had gotten away and almost started zoning, but he didn't overcommit and let the space get reacquired by Akuma. Down TAC doesn't work there, but is able to get the throw anyways. Weeberman gets the trade, but cannot hit MODOK. Akuma's buttons are also stubby, just like MODOK's little limbs. I actually think that MODOK's arms may be longer than Akuma's, he just doesn't use them. Now that I'm looking at it, yeah, like MODOK's arms are actually like the scale of a regular human's, he's just huge. But it looks like Shinku is going to catch MODOK. There's no way for him to follow up there, it looks like, so... oh no, but a MODOK throw is very capable of following up. I guess Ryu in the corner there, MODOK was a little too close and the green goo went over him and did not function. This is the time where it's actually safe for him to get out shields, start shooting with Psionic Blaster, because there have been no meter available on Weeberman's side to punish with the Shinku. Now, this can be... oh! The Tatsu on the opposite side was what was needed. Going into Dungeon here, even with the little pixels of life that he has, is going to lose Ryu, but Iron Fist is able to survive. 2 meters available for Rocket. Make sure to put down the trap just so... wow, Weeberman using the armor to just get rid of the trap, but he presses a falling button on the second trap. Going to lose his Iron Fist for it. That first little bit... amazing job to Punisher not dying at the choice that Weeberman made there, because that was terrifying. But Punisher here tying it up 6-6. Very nice work. It looks like his beautiful Joe is not going to get an opportunity to do work this game. Even though his body is tiny, these combos were working, but he didn't have the correct timing for the S to work out there. He's going to need to DHC. Does he have a... oh, just X Factors in preparation for the DHC. It doesn't look like MODOK's Hyper Battering Ram pattern there could convert into anything. I'm curious if in that position there is a combination of directions MODOK could use to get a follow-up. Oh, Weeberman gets the TAC, and now there's no resources available on Punisher's side. But he doesn't need the resources to get started. That Air S was so valuable. Is going to throw out a floating bomb, and so many buttons are being pressed. Assist-based trades, but Shinku's going to come out in time in order to kill him off, and the DHC in order to confirm it. Nice work to Weeberman. X Factor is still available for Punisher, and he has meter available, so this is a pretty even match. More life and more characters available on Weeberman's side, but doesn't look like more life or more characters for much longer. Oh, but that drop could be critical. S is going to hit, and this doesn't even take meter, which means that there are certain things Rocket Raccoon has to not do in neutral, but that was not one of them. Is going to get the kill on Akuma and the hit on Iron Fist to take him under half-life. let's see what Weeberman does to defend against this Rabid Raccoon. Still has 1 meter available. The Shinku is not going to be able to hit the Raccoon there, but he did waste almost the entirety of X Factor time. So now it's the last 10th of Raccoon's X Factor, but this is more than enough. Kills off Iron Fist and goes up 7-6 in this very close set. They're right back into it. This time going for that Demon Flip plus the assist, gets over and is going to go for a snap. Decides that this has been a problematic Raccoon, is going to get rid of the character and invest the resources in this low life Woodlight and creature and destroys it. Manages to do a jumping backstring into Demon Flip there. In a way, trying to, I guess, counter potential advancing guard timings. Ended up pushing him back in. Oh, but MODOK gets the hit here, is going to be able to kill this low life character, invests X Factor, and is going to drop the combo. Everything going wrong for Punisher here, but Weeberman's Tatsu was not safe enough against that rising button, and he got caught, is going to need to fight MODOK, putting pressure on him in the corner, has access to Joe assist, but seems to be going mostly solo for how he goes in with pressure. Let's see if he has a confirm that kills here. Instead is going to go for a whiffed slow. I'm curious if there's an ideal follow-up of some kind after that. That was a very unfortunate place for everything to drop, but very fortunate for Punisher. Is going to Happy Birthday the last two characters. As long as he does the combo that leads to the proper amount of damage, kills Ryu, and is going to not have the kill on Iron Fist, but can set up his zoning against him. Looks like he isn't going to get to set up his zoning against him, is going to lose Joe, but now it's Iron Fist solo against MODOK. That low to the ground throw, so powerful, goes for the level 3. Does he have a follow-up after level 3 here? Because level 3 on its own isn't going to kill. Instead, gets up the defensive chi. This is hard. There's 40 seconds on the clock for MODOK to chip with. That does not seem like a fun situation for Iron Man. Is able to parry through it with the chi, but doesn't have resources to cancel into anything, and just ends up winning some footsies to get back in it, tying things up 7-7. Nice work, Weeberman. And those falling buttons are threatening. Dang, Iron Fist looks very displeased in this windscreen. You wouldn't know he won. You'd think that someone had just like stolen something from his best friend or something, because he has a grimace going on there. But I could see why he's grimacing when his homie Akuma is getting kicked in the face by this tiny man with a helmet. Oh, and catches with the Air S into Air Joe, but doesn't quite confirm the grounded part. Looks like Akuma getting the dive kick but no confirm off of it. Both of them getting some like partial hits that aren't going into their full value. Is using the beams in order to safely chip out Joe for a decent portion of his life, but the alpha counter brings in MODOK in a safe way, and with that bounce available, is going to be able to knock down Ryu in the corner, but not kill him, and just follow up with some neutral. Sometimes if you're confident enough in your neutral, people are going to drop things, or just like choose to go for an option that doesn't kill. Oh my gosh, the bomb either exploded at just the wrong time, or Tatsu's hitbox was high enough to catch that. I don't actually know if Tatsu was high enough to make sure that happens, but the Tatsu, or the beam from Akuma, so good at just like forcing block, is going to get the confirm on MODOK. And what's the incoming mix-up on Beautiful Joe? Demon Flip into the mix-up was very good. Uses Shoryu in order to get through, and has access to... Oh, gets shot by the Raccoon though. Akuma is going to die. Iron Fist needs to eat this incoming, and it's scary. Let's see what Weeberman does to try and survive. Gets off the ground to the best visibility, but then gets crossed up. And because of that cross-up, it looks like Raccoon is going to invest the resources. Oh no, he's giving him a chance to play. This is a very little chance to play, but it's still a chance to play. And Ashing Crouch Light has been the road to victory so far, and there's no reason to stop it when it is working. That has been a go-to in neutral after an exchange has gone badly. Oh, and this time meter needs to get used very immediately for Weeberman. Lots of advantage here for Punisher at the start of this next set. Or next match. Gets this low and uses dodge to avoid throw attempt, and now Kuma's just dealing with getting hit in the corner. He's going to lose his life, and because of the earlier meter use is not at the meter advantage one would necessarily be at when they lose a character. It's actually at a meter disadvantage now, but one hit on Joe is going to very easily confirm him to death. Oh no, maybe it needs to be 2 hits on Joe. Both of them with some wall bounce assists, which are pretty scary. And those assists hitting some other assists. MODOK getting shot, but leaving both of his tiny characters between that kick. Shinku does not get used. Okay, I guess that there was confidence that none of the angles that MODOK could take would capture Ryu there, and it ended up being the correct decision to stay safe. Iron Fist is alive, there's X Factor for both players, but this is looking really good for Punisher. He has Weeberman. Oh, Weeberman managed to get around that barrier in a scary way. See if he manages to get back in again, because some of those like low analyzed cubes along with the green goop, incredibly hard to get around for melee characters. And we're just seeing how scary Psionic Blaster can be. Just the war of attrition dramatically favors Punisher, while Weeberman needs to get some quantum leaps where there's a burst of action that changes the state of things. Oh, he has 2 meters, goes for the THC, and is going to confirm off of it, kills at least Raccoon, kills Raccoon and MODOK. Okay, does Joe survive the incoming? Is he ready? He is ready. But X Factor still being available, huge deal here, saves his ability to use Mach Speed, gets caught by the Hadouken, but now is going to be able to very easily just chip out any character that it so defies him. But looks like X Factor is actually boiling down, and Weeberman has not lost that much life. Oh, I say, and then within a couple moments he loses everything. Ryu is bleeding, but X Factor's finally out. Shinku ends up getting a tiny amount of chip, but that is enough, because right now, with 15 seconds left on the Marvel clock, it's very important to get any little bit of chip, or throw into shooting him. That's even better. Closest set we could possibly have, tied up 8-8. Why is Weeberman and Punisher both so amazing at this game? Blowouts on either side. There may be one match blowouts, but then the overall score seems incredibly nice work to both of these players, and manages to get the confirm off of that Rising Fang. Fellow Iron Fist players would be proud. Spartan Throne just waking up in Europe somewhere, like, I know it's like 3 a.m. or something, but I feel like someone just got hit in the face by Rising Fang. Something's good in the world. Oh, and MODOK gets caught from pretty high up, but Akuma is ready to convert it into a dead character, and Weeberman is going to seal this down to just the Raccoon. We've seen some pretty powerful play from this Raccoon, but is it going to be enough to take down the full team with X Factor and over 2 meters, almost 3? Oh no, is there a confirm here? There is damage, but it's not going to kill. And now Weeberman's X Factor is actually going to run out first, and he's going to lose Akuma. I'm not sure how I feel about that investment there when it's not going to lead into a win. Because now there's one incoming mix-up with Raccoon is enough, is going to be able, should have been able to kill Ryu, but now downward Shinku is going to just barely do nothing really. Gets caught by the Raccoon, but Raccoon doesn't have the throw confirm on deck. Oh my gosh, is Iron Fist going to live through this incoming? Raccoon now, if he gets the hit, is going to build enough meter that he has level 3 available to try and kill. Just sets up a wall of ground death. Is not going to have the kill here, I think. It is going to take Iron Fist down to less than a quarter life and have him full screen with a trap under. This is going to be very hard for Weeberman to come back from. Weeberman very willing to just like stand still when standing still is the option he needs. Was able to get caught in a net though, and it looks like Punisher is going to take this to his match point at 9-8. this is potentially the end of Weeberman's exhibition life. Is Punisher going to finish him off, or is Weeberman going to uh, grind, get those hits, kill off this Joe, MODOK, and Raccoon? Oh, confirms with the dive kick against an aerial opponent. Really good work. And that string to start off the hit on Raccoon made it do so much his little body couldn't take it, and he just exploded off of that incoming mix-up. Now with Joe as anchor, is going to need to fight against Akuma with that Rising Fang assist with MODOK, and don't feel like he's been using a lot of the Joe assist in neutral. So let's see what he manages to do. Decides to tag out or tag Joe back in, maybe for team composition reasons, so he could use his resources in a way that works out. Oh, got hit by the overhead, and the beam is going to chip out a decent amount. And those confirms by Weeberman are so good. This looks like it's getting very close to being a 9-9 match coming up here. Akuma has access to very little, but he is 1 meter is all that's needed to be able to like take over neutral. MODOK has a single meter to try and seal out this game. That was the meter. Does the X Factor confirm? Blink. That's in, is going to be able to kill off Akuma and have a scary incoming here on Ryu. Goes for a pseudo-unblockable setup, but then it did not work out properly. Ryu managed to escape and then got another hit, but there's still that last bit of X Factor available. Shinku is going to just push MODOK back, make sure that the randomness is minimized. Wieberman looking like he's in a pretty good position with a full X Factor of his own and at least 1 meter to engage in shenanigans of chipping and other goodness. Oh no, he went over there. This is the end of this MODOK. Weeberman is going to tie it up 9-9, bringing us to our final match of this exhibition. Who's going to take it? Weeberman or Punisher? So MODOK on point this time is going to, it feels like Punisher has realized that his Joe is getting pressured pretty heavily, and that his MODOK does a little bit better at handling the pressure. Oh, maybe not this time, however. Is getting hit, knocked into the corner. This isn't going to be enough to kill. Maybe goes for a TAC setup, goes for the cross-up dive kick, and there was not a point where Punisher was ready for that cross-up to come. Expecting these Shotos to be low mobility characters, he needs to be ready for their power in these matches. Snaps Joe to the back again. Now there is meter available for the Raccoon. Very nice work. Investing the X Factor is going to be able to clean up the Raccoon. Is there a Dark Joe that could make this back, or is this going to be the end of Punisher? It looks like Weeberman wants this to be the end and brings in Team Shotos to clean it up. Weeberman takes the set 10-9 in this exhibition with an amazing game. It's Point Akuma. Congratulations to Weeberman, but also shoutouts to